mission. I recognize myself for an opening statement. We are here today at the start of National Cybersecurity Awareness Month to discuss what I believe is one of the defining public policy challenges of this generation, the cybersecurity posture of the United States. We've seen cyber attacks hit practically every sector of our economy with devastating impacts to both government agencies and the private sector alike. And it is our shared duty to ensure that we're doing our very best to defend against the very real threat our cyber adversaries are posing. But make no mistake, the cybersecurity challenges we face are about much, much more than simply protecting bottom lines or intellectual property or even our nation's most classified information. They also impact the personal and often irreplaceable information of every American. This year, we have seen on a grand scale just how much damage can be done by a single individual or entity looking to conduct a cyber attack. The Equifax breach shows that it takes only one bad actor and only one exploitable vulnerability to do something to compromise the information of 145 million Americans. This is not the first cyber attack that has garnered national attention, and unfortunately, it almost assuredly will not be the last. As the members of this panel and as our witnesses here today know well, there is no silver bullet or guaranteed technology to fix the cybersecurity problem. Rather, we need to be part of an ongoing, sustained, dedicated, persistent, and comprehensive campaign to ensure the United States remains the world's cybersecurity superpower. We will continue to need a sharp workforce and collective efforts in public-private partnerships and the leadership of our government agencies to leverage our resources and to counter our highly sophisticated cyber adversaries. Today, the subcommittee meets to hear from the government officials that are charged with meeting these cyber threats. These are the folks on the front lines day in and day out. DHS is the federal government's lead civilian agency for cybersecurity, and within it, the National Protection and Programs Directorate, or NPPD, leads our national effort to safeguard and enhance the resilience of our nation's physical and cyber infrastructure, helping federal agencies and, when requested, the private sector harden their networks and respond to cybersecurity incidents. NPPD partners with critical infrastructure owners and operators and other Homeland Security enterprise stakeholders to offer a wide variety of cybersecurity capabilities, such as system assessments, incident response, and mitigation support, and the ability to hunt for malicious cyber activity. This collaborative approach to mitigating cyber incidents is meant to prioritize meeting the needs of DHS's partners and is consistent with the growing recognition among government, academic, and corporate leaders that cybersecurity is increasingly interdependent across sectors and must be a core aspect of all risk management strategies. This committee has been working hard to ensure that NPPD and DHS in its entirety has the necessary authorizations and organization it needs to combat growing cyber threats. DHS needs a strong and sharp workforce and an efficient organizational structure to support both its cybersecurity and its infrastructure protection missions. Earlier this year, the committee marked up and passed H.R. 3359, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency Act of 2017, to reorganize and to strengthen NPPD. As the cyber threat landscape continues to evolve, so should DHS. And in doing that, H.R. 3359 is the tool that we'll use to bring NPPD to a more visible role in cybersecurity of this nation. As a committee and as a Congress, we have taken important steps in the right direction with legislation on information sharing, on modernizing the federal government's information technology, and in getting our state and local officials the cybersecurity support that they need. Some of these programs have been years in the making. real-time collaboration between the government and the private sector is a lofty and worthwhile goal. Through the Automated Indicator Sharing Program, or AIS, DHS has been partnering with industry to create and enhance that broader information sharing environment, and we've made progress in the right direction. While we know that proactive information sharing is only as good as the information being provided, that type of relationship can only be made possible with a strong foundation of trust. I'm looking forward to a robust discussion today, not only about how the Department can be best organized and equipped to ensure that we are leveraging the resources of the federal government towards this immense challenge, but also how the government can forge and grow the necessary partnerships to achieve the greater cybersecurity for our nation. We have to get this right, because new technologies, the Internet of Things, driverless cars, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing, they are all rapidly evolving. So we need to be securing at the speed of innovation and not at the speed of bureaucracy. We are in an era that requires flexibility, resiliency, and discipline, and I hope that I will hear those values operationalized in the forthcoming testimony. Cyberspace plays an increasingly dominant role in the fabric of the American society, and it will take continued collaboration across the public, private, international, and domestic spaces to keep making the advancements needed to prioritize cybersecurity for our country. I know this is a responsibility that everyone on this subcommittee takes extraordinarily seriously, and I look forward to the discussion today with our witnesses. The Chair now recognizes the ranking minority member of the subcommittee, the gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Richmond, for his opening statement.